I'd honestly say this is the weakest link so far. Saw 5 was released in 2008, directed by David Hackle, starring Tobin Bell, Scott Patterson, and Costas Mandylor. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Um, yeah, I've always thought that this was one of the weaker movies and easily the most forgettable movie in the franchise. And after rewatching it literally a day ago, it still is. Um, there's still some things to like, so let's start off with the good. First of all, obviously, Tobin Bell is great in this movie. Once again, he's just in the flashbacks because, his character's kind of dead at this point in the franchise. But I still really liked his performance as John Kramer in the flashbacks, feeding into why he was in the flashbacks this time. You have Costas Mandylor as Detective Hoffman, who is now the main killer in this franchise. He's revealed to be the killer at the end of Saw 4. And from here to 7, he is the killer in this franchise. And I really enjoyed his performance as Hoffman. Um, when I first watched this franchise, I just wasn't a fan of Hoffman, but I've really come to appreciate the character of Hoffman a lot more in this most recent rewatch of the franchise. Obviously, he's no John Kramer, but he's still really good, and the actor does a really great job. And it's really interesting seeing how John Kramer chooses him to be his successor in death. How he started out as someone who was tested by John Kramer, and John Kramer saw his resolve and chose him to be his successor. I thought that was a really interesting storyline there. And also, you have Scott Patterson back as Agent Strom in this movie, and he is really great as well. He's trying to get to the bottom of who the new Jigsaw is. He suspects Detective Hoffman, so he goes on a whole insane rampage trying to prove himself. Uh, Pretty much loses his sanity in the process. I just really like the whole cat and mouse between Hoffman and Strom, and Hoffman manipulating every situation that he can to frame Strom by the end of the movie and trick Strom into dying by the end with the crushing walls, which was a really good trap. And the opening trap with the pendulum, one of the best in the franchise, in my opinion. Even though that was not a John Kramer trap, that was just Hoffman getting revenge for a traumatic event that happened in his life. And also the pint of blood trap at the very end. That one was pretty good. And the water box from near the beginning as well. That one was a pretty good trap as well. Obviously, the score is great as well. So that's about all for the good. On to the bad. And the rest of this movie just does not work for me. The main game is very forgettable. The traps within the main game, aside from the pint of blood, are very forgettable. They don't feel like Jigsaw traps whatsoever. They're just uh, get this done in a certain amount of time, or these nail bombs are gonna blow up. That it just doesn't feel like a Saw trap in my opinion. And also, usually you have at least one character within the main game who's likable. None of the main characters within this game were likable. I could not have cared less about whether they lived or died by the end. And judging by the fact that we never see them again after Saw 5, the two who were assumed to survive, they probably died because we never see them again after this movie. Maybe they'll be in Saw 10. I don't know. But yeah, I didn't really care for any of those characters. The ending, while it was a pretty interesting ending, it was probably the weakest of the final reveals and twists of the franchise so far. Was It wasn't terrible. Again, it had a pretty good ending with Strom getting crushed between the walls. it's just the weakest link of the twist reveals so far within this franchise. But that's about all for the bad. On the final thoughts, I'm not a super huge fan of Saw 5. I'm sorry to the fans of Saw 5, and I know that there's a few who really like this movie, but it just wasn't for me. Saw 5 is a very forgettable entry into this franchise with some pretty good performances from the main killers and the detective, but I can only give it a 3 out of 10. So that was my review for Saw 5. Have you seen this movie? Let me know down in the comments what you thought about it, if you have. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.